I got the forge shoved over. You look at the dirt mark. It used to be over here. So I was able to slide it you know, like 2 feet. Essentially what I'm looking at getting here is a way that this winter, when it's super cold, because right now it's only like 32 degrees in the morning, Fahrenheit, that cover and back plate, those are just there to protect the ceiling, you know. That's all. There's no draft going on. So I'd like to get something working draft-wise. I might leave this set up the way it is and get some kind of like side draft going here, and that way I could, you know, build it in here. It only, you know, has to go a little ways. It'll be outside, so I slide the door open, and, you know, hopefully it'll heat up enough to cause a draft. If not, then maybe I'll just, you know, stick it right behind there. And I thought I would change out my pots. This is the little pot that I've been using. You know, I don't think I had very good fire control, and I didn't, you know, you don't know what you're doing when you start. So I started with this guy. This was originally made for it. It fits in that hole better. And I felt like it was a little deep, like I wasn't getting down there. And this is like the second smallest one that I have, that being the smallest one. But now I use that one. I can't get enough area heated up sometimes, and so that works out great for the, like, when I'm doing little projects and stuff. But like when I was drawing this out, since the other anvil sold, I was drawing this out to build another horn and get you know, kind of a long taper on there. And man, I can't heat up more than a couple inches, you know, like 3 inches, which I assume I'll tackle bigger stuff and I'll want that. So I think I'm gonna go back to this, give it a try. You know, it's only a finger deep, so it's not deep. You know, it's not like a 7-inch pot or anything. But I feel like I could bump up to more now. So since we're doing stuff here, I got this pushed almost into the corner. This is a pretty long table. This is like 7 foot. But I like the way I designed it. You know, I got my little hangers on the side. I'm gonna build some new tongs. And same on this side. Just one day I'll have more than I need. You know, and I put the junkiest piece of plywood I have right here. And it doesn't get that hot where I feel like anything's gonna happen with having wood on this table. But I'm not setting, you know, hot pieces of metal on it. I set hot pieces of metal over here, you know, where I have metal table underneath this. So, you know. And down there I catch my dump out, and I have this guy here just to make sure I don't have little hot coals going out, because this smaller one didn't fit 100% in the circle. Now this one will go in, and then I won't have to worry about hot, you know, anything that could maybe sneak down in a crack or something and going out and lighting my dead grass on fire, you know, when I'm not looking. So hopefully that works out. I'll put this other pot in there, and maybe tomorrow will be fortune, because tomorrow I do not feel like cutting up that pile. I think I did enough. Somebody pat me on the back and let me do something fun. I might clean this thing off. This thing's too heavy for me to move when it's cleaned off. So I'm gonna put this back together, and I'm gonna put some thought into this. Maybe we'll be back for it. All right, 4 o'clock. Time to wrap it up. I did that. Put the got the pan back in there, and tore out the stump here. No more stumpy. That stumpy just, I mean, two sides, the top and bottom are parallel, and they're not cut even flat. So it was just always a pain. You know, I got a dirt floor, which means, you know, you can level it, but nothing's level. You know what I mean? So we can take a look at this guy. This was that big beam that was out there. I had 80 inches of it, so I cut it into 20s, which came out to be slightly less than 20 once I planed it down. Got a good use out of the planer that the wife got me. Yeah, I think it's a win. Yeah, works great. Love it. So I did have to plane this down a little bit, and then I went back to trying to get a grind on it here. If you guys look, it's you know, like, let me kind of even it in your sights, and then you can see how this side over here is quite a bit higher than this side. This side over here is nice and straight. This side's got a big bow in it. So, you know, it just looks like material got moved that way. Whoosh. So there's still a lot of grinding to do to it. Oh, trash can fell over. But it, like, I don't hear it moving. And the whole thing, I had a hard time picking that wood up. It's incredibly heavy. I used some clamps to just kind of squeeze it, and, you know, put this side on, put the other side on, and then squeeze it together again, and put these two long sides, and lots of screws. So hoping that means I can start banging on this a little harder. It is the bigger one, and I still want to put a horn and another thing back on it. You know, get another hardy hole to work with, preacher hole. Maybe I can fit both on this one. So I'm not gonna lock it down, but I'm thinking I might just put some wood on the edges. You know, because these are 9 and this is 18, so 9, 9. So maybe if I just, you know, screw a piece of wood to the ends, it'll keep it from sliding back and forth, and then I can maybe do the same thing here. I can just put a piece of wood, because the screws weren't so good when I put those screws in, but should be big enough, solid enough. I can make it work. But all that was heavy, so my back hurts. It's time to wrap it up. Yeah, I don't think I'm fixing that wood pile tomorrow. It's not quite cold enough that we gotta burn a bunch of wood. Not that we do it for heat, but you know, get it chopped up before the snow drops on it, that sort of thing. But and I do got 3 new buckets of coal sitting in the truck, so we're good. I'll probably put the chains back on. Like I said, the stable's still kind of too heavy for me to move by myself. Done it, but I gotta get all that stuff off of there. So, alright, tomorrow we'll make a fun day. So, have a good one. Stay out of trouble.